So I do have a brain and I have a beautiful mind where I can think a lot of things, right? And I was thinking about the concept of life. So birth and death. Birth is basically start of the life and death is the end of the life, right? Let's say we can say that birth is the start and death is the end. Let's use that terminology for now. So start and end. We know one thing for sure, that after the start and before the end, in between is the life of the individual. Now this thing within this life, we'll call it life, there are many things that occurs. Okay, it also occurs that other people's start and end also can be seen here. It can be seen and what it could be possibly happen to the person similarly. And I'm not really concerned about this issue, what to do in this in between point, the midpoint, let's call it midpoint. Okay, it's a long one, and I'm concerned about what comes before life and what comes after end, or simple to say, what happens before birth, what happens after death. So coming back to my terminologies, before the start, as we have come to notice that we are born or made through other people. Your parents have sex, they conceive you, that's the start. Yeah, that's the start. And they also had similar start. Their parents had similar start, and it keeps on going, it keeps on going, it keeps on going till we find what was our start. And there's it's a very hard to pinpoint what exactly is our start, but it's basically to say people are pe- other people is the start. Other people makes us into this world and gives us a start. That's what can be said. Now there's no paradox about it. Okay, if like I require a start and somebody giving me start also requires start, then who gave him a start? The answer is quite simple. Somebody who before that came it's came and give start. That's it. There is no paradox here. Somebody gave you birth. The person who gave you the birth was also given birth by someone else, and so on. The process continues to be find who is it, and that's the simple answer. We can't exactly pinpoint. We can just say, yeah, that's how it is. So the first answer is done about what comes before start or what happens before the life or birth. Then we have got what happens after end, or what occurs after the death of the individual. Now this death is often, I'll try to reference to naturally a person dying. Okay, that person is cremated or buried like that. I try to refer it in that sense. So there's two things that can happen. The person is dead, that person won't move again. First of all, their physical existence is destroyed. Destroyed in the sense that they are to be left to decompose in a sense. Not every like after death occurs with like that process, but it should happen like that in most of the sense. There are some instances of mummification, right? Mummification, or preservation or taxonomy, right? That's what in those senses, yeah. Well, the physical existence is not there, but in overall scenario, we can see that except those exception, there is in fact physical death or physical destruction rather. The meat is not there, there's only bones left, etc., etc., and so on. It basically means that whatever our working part is, it won't be there anymore. In a sense, like how everything working, my organs, right? It won't be there anymore because it gets decomposed and only left with the bare bones and not even the brain anymore. And okay, that's the first one. First, the second one is imaginary or rather mental death, let's say, or spiritual also can call me. It's basically other people remembering the person, the image of the person that they consider. Like I'll give you an example. In football, we have Diego Maradona, right? We imagine him as one of the best, greatest players, right? Imagine him as that, but he's more than that, right? But we imagine him as that, and therefore that image lives on with us. Though the actual body of Maradona has been buried or cremated or dead, in fact, it has come to end. We still consider him, and that's what occurs after the end. The one thing is physical death, other is mental continuation or imaginary or spiritual continuation. That's what happens. It doesn't happen necessarily to everyone, but it happens to most. You might even like similarly your grandparents, if they're dead, you imagine them, right? How they were. Yeah, same thing. But your parents, if you're orphan, that is, or your uncles or somebody close to it died. Imagine about them. Yeah, that's basically imagining what we are talking, what I'm referring to. So I guess that's my answer for what comes before and what comes after, what happens after. And there's nothing after. And if you think about heaven, hell afterwards, nah, that won't happen. That ain't gonna happen. No stupid things like that happens. Okay, you are on planet Earth, you will die on planet Earth. And similarly, in between life, I have something to say about it as well. We are shaped by other people. Uh, uh, Shaped by other people. Essentially, almost everything we are shaped by other people. The way we speak, the way we communicate, the way we react to others. Almost everything. You, me, are taught the man, and it's a very simple fact because we are taught to walk, we're taught to speak, and that's how it is. As we get older, we can become quite picky. We can become quite aware of things to do or not do. But in overall sense, we are made from other people. Uh, and the thing is, despite despite other people have minimum interaction, we tend to reference them or acknowledge them more than we acknowledge our own self, our own mind. That's how it is. And I'll give you a simple what to say, referencing, right? So suppose you are a sponge and you can observe water. Water is basically other people here, other people's ideas, values, opinion, whatever, right? You and some of them, those opinion values are lesser and some are greater. You observe some less, you observe some more, and the more you observe, the more you keep. You can also throw it out and drain it out, but the thing is, you observe some things more than others, and this is how it is. On ourselves, we mimic others more. That's it. Except the fact that we have consciousness. Till we have consciousness, which is still the part of unconsciousness, and it is still made from other people. We are the sponges otherwise the way we're still sponges. I'm still a sponge, despite the fact I'm saying like this. My ideas right now might be for you a novel one that you can observe, but for me, it's just formation of different ideas that came through me. Now I don't know what to call it. Should I call it others? Should I call it mine? I can call it mine, where other people have influence. But similarly, if that's the case, then coming to my main point, that other people have influenced me, I have to just say other people are the reason why I have such thoughts. They are the reason I'm saying just what I have, and so on. It's a weird thing to say. And our life keeps on going like that with other people, observing, not observing. And this doesn't mean that, oh, learning only. This also means emotion process, emotion interaction, uh, almost everything that happens in our life in the midpoint. I hope I have been clear about what I wanted to say about, though it's incoherent to me as well. There are some questions, maybe that's confusing even to me, so don't ask it.